Now, if I twist it a little today, I don't need to get yelled at.
Because you got a new one on deck?
Because got your new one on deck. That's right. Preemptive. Are we hot or?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is sitting in this?
Oh, Janessa's sick today.
Oh, she is?
So Lummy's coming in. So if you want to sit at Janessa's spot, you can.
Okay.
And I think I left some mayo over there for her, if you just move that aside.
Okay. Yeah, Lummy was here. He pulled in, I think, right behind me. So.
Okay, cool.
At the tone, we will be 1 minute away. At the tone, we will be 30 seconds away. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I'm going to really kill myself. I'm going to kill you guys first, then I'll kill myself.
Oh.
So when I shoot you, then know that I'm going to shoot myself, because I'd rather shoot myself than get in trouble for killing you. I wouldn't want to be in prison the rest of my life and I killed your dumb ass. When I go to prison, I want to be it for killing somebody really, important and cool, not some fish wholesale guy with his Special Olympics friend.
This just got dark real quick. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge Show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of your listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is strictly prohibited.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Before everybody freaks out, there's not yet another change where we fired Janessa and brought in the baby face. That's a real ripoff. Well, it's not a real ripoff intellectually. It's a real ripoff visually. You like that better, Brian?
I think that's more than fair.
Yeah. Boy, you're hot on that mic, too. I guess because you got different, because you work a mic. You work the mic like a vandal, and she works it like a chick. So I have to get levels here. Lummy, are you there?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
There's no sir, remember?
Yes, Bubba. How are you doing?
Blitz is, by the way, Janessa's sick. She was puking all night. I was texting with her. Well, she started texting me about 3. And she's like, I've been up all night, been puking.
Morning sickness.
Yeah, oh, you're right. Blitz is sick. He doesn't feel too good. He's already warned me. His chime-ins might be
Aye, Captain.
You're such a some days I just wish I could come in there and smash in the mouth. So it's me, the baby face, Lummy, and sick Blitz. Sick Janessa's already sick, if that makes sense. The YouTube kind of throws me off from the way we open the show to it just kind of throws me off. It seems a little awkward, does it not?
Yeah, it's different.
But that might be the way to do it. Is just to get in instead of all that. Just plunge. It seems like maybe on Twitter we kind of tip and tip. It seems like maybe on YouTube we're just plunge. Just
Sure.
Great. Babyface, usually we can't shut you up, and you haven't said hardly a word yet.
You were on a roll just talking about plungers, so I was just letting you run.
Plunging, not plungers. There's a big difference.
Speaking of plungers, right, Lummy?
So, someone told you?
What do you mean?
I ran in here so I wasn't late. I got during the break. I gotta fix something.
Did you overflow the toilet?
It didn't overflow. It just maybe didn't go down.
Oh, so you laid a log big enough to clog my deal?
That toilet probably would get clogged up by Pookie.
Oh, really?
you gotta flush it midway.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're screwed.
Man, lately I've been on these new colon blows, and lately, man, right at like 3:00, 2:30, 3:00, like clockwork, I have these incredible, cables. Yeah. I mean, like every day.
Nice.
And actually, when I get done laying it, you know how you got an uninterrupted one going?
Oh yeah.
I mean, do you know your body well enough that when you're doing that particular thing, whether it's just, little planks, or when you got, like a kibosque, like a, Eckeridge Farms, big one.
It just keeps coming.
Well, you can feel it.
Yep.
And lately, like the last 3 times I've done that, I've had these big, long, guardrails. These
Congratulations.
Yeah, and don't you really feel like when you lay a big, long, dark guardrail
with a clean cutoff?
With a clean cutoff, and then when you go to clean up, it's just pium. It's like nothing. It's like pium.
Yep.
And doesn't it make you feel like almost running around the block? Like you just feel like you're just detoxified. Like, it's almost orgasmic the way you feel.
It's like a freshly cut lawn. When
Yes.
you look at a freshly cut lawn, it's perfectly done. You just did it. You're proud.
But boy, I think it's even better than that, because if it was a freshly cut lawn, I'd be exhausted, be like, ugh. Whereas when you lay one of those,
man, I had to see her move my arms for like 10 minutes.
It's so hot sitting here with my
and
drink.
Blitz, I got to be honest with you. Until you adjusted the levers, I'd have to suck my gut in to go 0 turn, because
Nice.
they had them, they have them set for skinny guy deal.
Plus, you got new blades.
Oh yeah, I'm just
to
cut.
go.
I cut my lawn sometimes. I cut my lawn about every 3 days just so I can cut it.
Don't even need it.
Yeah. Takes me 5 minutes to cut my lawn, babyface. Because my friend gave me a 0 turn Cub Cadet. It used, but it does the job. Blitz put new blades on it, and it's good to go. And literally, my lawn might be as big as this entire room, like cumulatively. That's how big my lawn is.
It takes you no time with that thing.
Like 2 laps and I'm done.
It's a professional one.
It's probably harder to cut it with a 0 turn than it would be with
no,
something
trust
smaller.
me. I did cut it with a push mower 2 times, and it really blew me up.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it St. Augustine grass?
It's typical Florida white trash grass. Just
Bahia is
it's
easy.
mostly St. Augustine.
Okay.
It's mostly just whatever grows in Florida naturally. And so everybody around me in suburbia America, they have a lawn service, right? Not me. I'm the only guy that does it himself. Everybody else has a lawn service do it. I'm like, no way.
Quarter-acre lot, and you got a big zero turn.
I mean, a lawn service wants to charge you like $100 a month.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is. It's, $80 a month, no matter what size lawn.
Pools are the same way. $80,
Yep.
$90 a month, regardless if it's Olympic or, like basically a glorified hot tub. I think if they stop by your house, they're going to throw 90 on you.
Yep.
Do you think?
Yeah, it ain't worth my time if you're not paying me 80 a month.
And I got to tell you, my old neighborhood, man, the pool guys and the lawn guys had a racket because, like my boy Phil from PK, he got into my neighborhood. So everybody just, when they moved in and stuff, it was just kind of like, hey, the lawn guy, the one real long good.
Yeah, here's who you use.
Yeah. And he would go and it'd literally be a 2-day. He'd be in my neighborhood for 2 days because he had ones right. That's what they love when they have them right beside each other.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't have to load back up and go to another neighborhood.
Yeah, that's when you got to get together as a neighborhood and start getting discount rates.
Look at you.
Just saying.
Blitz, I don't want to talk to my neighbors any more than I have to, let alone getting together and be like, hey, let's strong arm the pool guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's great in theory, but that never works out.
Yeah.
We've got a small little tight-knit neighborhood
hey,
that I live
Brian,
in.
how you doing? Listen, you know what? Numbnuts is charging me $1.25. I'm thinking about telling him I'm going to cancel unless he gives it to me for you and, well, he's charging me $130. Well, we're going to both tell him we're going to give him $90. Take it or leave it.
Well, usually you do that to a news service.
To what?
Like if you're unhappy with who you have now, you get together with a bunch of neighbors and you say, hey, if we all go in together, we'll get a better deal.
Yeah.
Or you could do it. It works the same way. That guy who was lawn dogging in Tierra Verde for you, Bubba, and the other people there, he if 7, 8, 9 accounts came up to him and said, "Look, you got to cut your price, or we're gonna cut you," he would absolutely do it.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen though? He's going to be sitting on his mower every time and going, "Man, I used to get 120 out of these people. Now I'm only getting 80. They're only going to get an $80 service."
And
Or you could be like
and
Fabrizi.
then you fire him.
You could be like Fabrizi, and Fabrizi won't pay him for like 6 months, and they have to come shake Fabrizi down. Then Fabrizi just wills them right on down. Oh, I owe you $1,800. Well, I got 14 in my pocket right now. You can have. That's how Fabrizi does
You can have 1,400 right now or 1,800 when I feel like
Yeah,
it.
that's what Fabrizi used to do.
That's what Trump does.
You see, the Nationals swept the Cardinals. They're going to the World Series.
They did, man. They're
And-
hot.
And I'm happy as hell for the Nationals because they have Tampa ties. Dave Martinez, the head coach, was the longtime John Madden bench coach all through the Rays and through the Cubs, was he not?
Yes.
Good guy,
Didn't
too.
Two Left Crew have a song about him?
Dave Martinez?
Well, F. Martinez.
No, that was the governor.
I know it was Bob Martinez.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you
He's-
think Bryce Harper feels right now?
What do you mean? Oh, he left and went to the Phillies.
I think he feels $330 million richer is how he feels.
I think, Lummy, he could care less of whether he's on the Padres or the Astros when you makes that kind of money, right?
That's a good point.
I mean, I could be on the crappiest radio station in the world as long as you're paying you. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not even going to say that. That wouldn't be the. I'm not even going to say it. The old Bubba would have said it. And then I'd be like, I didn't really mean it. It was show stick. Come on, man, Mr. Owner. I'm so sorry. But people take that stuff personal. People have really they've taken all my stuff too personal over the years, I think. Lightning win 3-1 last night. They kind of look like the old Lightning last night. Did you watch it at all, Brian? Are you a Lightning guy?
I am a Lightning guy, but I didn't catch it.
He was watching his heroes on TV last night debating.
No, really didn't watch much of that either.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Hold on. Because we got you in today, I was going to break down the Democratic deal because I don't know anything about it. I really don't. And I know that you're like a Mr. Johnny, left-wing, liberal, Democrat, want to have sex with Bernie Sanders kind of guy.
I would not. Look, I think 6 or 7 years ago, you could call me left-wing. I think I am now officially a moderate with the way some of these, stances are going on.
I know you hate Trump.
Left.
You hate him more than anything.
I am embarrassed by him. He's an embarrassment as a leader.
You would think that, the kind of swagger you roll around with, you have kind of Donald Trump-like swagger. You'd think you'd like Donald.
And I'm not the president.
Donald doesn't give a F.
The president should.
No, you're right. I'm not taking either stance.
No, I'm just saying I'm not saying I disagree with all of his policy. I mean, some of it I don't agree with, but the biggest problem I have with him is the way he conducts himself. It's not presidential. It's not he lacks leadership qualities. Period. And I don't like that for a president.
Are you done?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You and Lummy have to be the little bit whores today. I mean, and it comes in the form of super chat. Here on YouTube. Every Wednesday, of course, is YouTube. We're on live on YouTube. And Lummy, so you're looking for super chats today, not bits. You hear me?
Yes, Bubba.
You're a quick learner, my friend.
Yes, Bubba.
What, are you guys... now you make me sound like we have like a BDSM master-slave kind of deal. Just doesn't sound very natural.
Is Lummy your pup?
Yeah. Lummy, like it doesn't feel natural. You know, like, yes, Bubba.
Sorry, Bubba.
It just doesn't
No.
sound natural. It
Yeah,
sounds,
it sounds forced.
Sounds military-like. Like it doesn't sound like, cool. Like you and I are hanging out. It sounds like,
Say it like you mean it, Lummy.
like you're just a few seconds away from getting a ball gag.
I'll change it, Bubba.
Now he's just screwing with
Now
you.
you're being a dick. And if you act like a dick one more time, I'm going to have you stand up, turn around, and I'm going to put one in your back.
I'm Oh, donkey teeth, $4.99. Wait, how do you do a?
We don't do until they're $10.
The thresholds are 10.
Oh, okay.
And so the donkey teeth tried to throw. He threw that out at you to see if you'd say it. Testing. Donkey teeth is smart. He could have thrown a $9.99 or a 10 to get over the threshold, but he threw out a $4.99, thinking you take the bait and you just chomped it like it was a big lure, like a big largemouth bass. You just.
I took it. I hooked it. I messed up.
No, you
I
didn't.
won't announce anything under $10
And it will never
again.
happen again.
Yes.
Well, it'll never happen.
will never
Anybody
happen
that sits
again,
in that seat
Bubba.
always has to end everything with that. It's not gonna. It'll never happen again.
It will never happen again, Bubba.
Did you and Stone Joey Logano go out and get a goat deal yesterday?
Oh, we sure did.
Is it? Are you guys dialing it in?
Oh, we are.
I didn't see. I saw the one Instagram picture of the kind of the cute blonde.
Yeah, she was a volleyball player. She was 6'3".
She was.
Oh, yeah.
Were you laying? I mean, were you trying to lay some game on it?
I don't really think I fit in at the UT place.
What do you mean you don't fit in?
They think I'm the creepy old guy.
Yeah, well, I
But
mean,
you know why? You need to hip it up a little because you look like an old guy. That beard puts 10 years on you. But you're afraid to go without beard because you got the triple.
I was gonna say it also creates some definition for his jawline.
Yeah.
You
And
got-
also
I know.
kayfabes that lower shelf he's got there a little bit.
Yep.
I mean, you're worried about the lower shelf.
I don't get it. Somehow
You
Joey
do-
could do better, and he looks like a bum.
He does. He looks like a complete, just uneducated bum.
The girls like that these days.
They like that just
Yeah.
dumb, scraggled,
Look at 'em.
stupid look. Like girls like this. Look at him. Just straight, stupid cheese. Like literally, the cheese I get off my testicles after mowing the lawn is smarter
He
than
has on
him.
his teeth. Oh.
Did he
Yeah.
brush his teeth today?
Oh, probably not. Let's throw it out to the stoned one, the dumb one. Hello,
He was
D-Lock.
just licking his teeth.
Good morning, Bubba.
Did you brush your teeth? Don't lie.
I did. I promise.
Yeah. And so, is Lummox...
No, did you really brush your teeth, or are you just a quick learner?
A little bit of both, but I did brush my teeth. What I usually do is I take a shower and then I brush my teeth in the shower.
In the shower. You're just
Yeah,
multitasking like whoa, huh?
I do that.
I can't do that.
Why?
I do that.
Really?
I brush my teeth in the shower. Yeah, I got my little holder up there, and I got my toothbrush and my. Why not?
You don't use an electric toothbrush?
I have one of those as well. I usually do that at night, but if I take a shower in the morning, I'll brush my teeth in the shower just because for quickness. But I have an electric toothbrush that I usually use at night before I go to bed.
You own multiple toothbrushes?
It's not like a car or a home.
Joey's got his one from when he went to the
Hold on.
dentist when he was 6.
Yeah.
Joey, don't you have one here?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
And then I would hope you'd have one somewhere else.
Yeah, you're right. But
Whose did you use last night?
my toothbrush?
Yeah.
My toothbrush?
Where at?
Did he stay at your house? Oh, he's your roommate now, is he not?
Yeah, for a week. We'll see how that goes.
Is he buying wink increments? Like, I mean,
I'm not paying him nothing.
have you paid him anything? He says you've not. I mean, he says he's charging you $100 a week.
Yeah, I'm not paying him anything anymore.
Okay, so you gave him the first $100,
Yes.
right? and then you guys agreed to $100 a week. But then you found out yesterday that Tuttle never paid him a dime.
Nope.
And just completely worked him, and that he has a big, overbearing appearance, but he's a pussy, and deep down, he's a pushover.
Lummy's running an incubator. In Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
You pay me with 50% of whatever ideas you come up with while you're in the house.
You gotta go bankrupt.
with that crew, yeah.
So what's it like, not living at your parents and now being Lummy's at least 1 week roommate? Do you like it? You gotta like it much better.
Yeah, I like it. You can go around in the city pretty easily, but I miss my own bed. You know what I mean?
What are you sleeping with? Doesn't Lummix have
Does Lummy kind of live in the ghetto a little bit?
Yeah, I heard kind of, yeah. It's right there on the edge. Like, he's the street that divides the...
Like, his street might not be bad, but he's got a lot of vagrants
that's all of the greater Tampa Bay area.
Yeah.
You're always 1 block away from the ghetto.
No,
here.
not
my armature works.
And
that's not bad. No, Lummy lives... His neighborhood's being taken over by the homosexuals. They're cleaning that place up.
Oh, and they do.
Oh, like, whoa. It's unbelievable.
Like, whoa?
Like, whoa.
Did you just say, like, whoa?
Yep.
Yeah, great.
Brian's moving in.
I'm moving into the incubator.
Before, like, South Tampa, like, south of Gandy is kind of the same way. I was looking at some houses over there, before I moved where I did. And the rent was about, like, 18, 19, 2,000. And it would be kind of a nice house, but then literally 2 doors down was like this Hispanic shed that had cars on blocks. But then 4 houses was like a new $2 million teardown.
That's where I was. I bought a teardown rebuild spec home from a builder, and we were in it for 3 years and turned around and flipped it and made over $100,000 in 3 years.
And like you were south of Gandy?
Yeah, I was way south of Gandy. I was right by the base off of Dale Mabry.
And that's feast or famine over there, is it not? Because have these $2 million teardowns, but they also got the the house that was built in '49, and you got 16 people living in it.
The house on the other side of the street from me had tarps over its roof because the guy didn't want to repair his roof, and it had tarps for 3 years.
And I think that all those houses are just waiting for some company to come in and buy it, tear it down, and make that $2 million home, right?
Yeah,
is that what they're all looking for?
A lot of the houses down there are on decent sized lots. Like, they'll have a quarter and they'll split that up, or they'll have a little bit more than a quarter acre, and they'll split it up and build 2 new homes on the existing shanties lot. So that's what's happening down there, like all across
Hogan grew up down there. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's Port Tampa area.
On Paul Street. Do you know where Paul Street is?
Yep.
Right behind the ABC Liquor.
Yep.
That's where Hogan grew up.
That area is actually like the
highest end.
The better part, of that. I'm on the other side. I was on the other side of Dale Mabry, which is just now getting fixed up.
Oh, you were on the railroad,
the west
over there by
side.
the railroad tracks, right?
Yeah, I was not quite.
Kind of near 4002 Gandy, kind of like near iHeart.
Oh, I was even further west than that. I was on the other side of Dale Mabry.
You over there by the West Shore Yacht Club?
Yeah, well, south of that, but Inner Bay, essentially Inner Bay and Dale Mabry.
Oh, okay, I know where you're at.
Yeah.
And how long were you guys there for?
3 years. We just bought it because it was such a good deal. I didn't even see the house. It was brand new construction. My wife had been wanting to live in buy a home, and I didn't want to.
Where do you guys live now?
Now we live in just outside the West Chase area, where dreams go to die.
Like over here where Steinbrenner used to live, over there?
No, West Chase is like off Linebaugh. It's that giant community.
Over there by Citrus Mall, kind of?
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good area.
Yeah, it's all right. It's just all, families.
Now,
it's all families.
Stone Joey Logano, where your parents live?
In Bruce B. Downs, like on the border of Wesley Chapel.
Don't ask him hard questions like that, Bubba.
On the border, like Bruce B. Downs and like Barris, Wesley Chapel, 56 kind of deal?
Like Tampa Palms.
Like not too far from Colton?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I think we missed something here, Bubba. I think Lummy was alluding to the fact that Stone Joey Logano couldn't have brushed his teeth in the shower with his toothbrush this morning.
Yeah, well, he's no.
Exactly,
Lummy is roommate, his landlord, if you will, and so you're kind of calling shenanigans on him brushing his teeth.
Well, if he did, he didn't use his own, or
He
use
used
it
yours?
in our
Did he use
the
yours?
shower.
Did he use your toothbrush?
No, I think. Were you saying he's like shacked up with a chick last night?
Yeah,
and he wasn't home.
I was skirting
Who
around
was?
that one.
Who was?
I think Joey was.
How'd you miss
Joey.
this, Bubba?
Joey.
Yes, sir.
Were you at a girl's house or did you have a girl at Lummy's?
I actually went home, and I was planning on having a girl come to my parents' house.
What?
But that didn't happen?
Unfortunately, it did not.
And what chick was this? One of the chicks that you met while goating?
Yes.
So you're already doing follow through while you're out showgoating. That's what we're calling it. While you're out showgoating, you scooped up some digits, and then you were supposed to get a booty call last night.
Yes.
What happened?
How'd you ruin it?
Well, I got home around 9, dropping off baby, and it was around like 9:30, 9:45, and
You're texting her.
she's texting me. I'm texting her back. I'm almost home. You know.
Did you give your mom and dad's address?
Not yet. I was about to send the address. She came back with it's too late in a school night, so maybe we can go get coffee sometime.
I get those texts all
Hold
the time.
on. So you went from coming to my parents' house and laying me to it's too late. It's a school night. Maybe we can go get coffee sometimes. I think she finally came to her senses.
No.
Right in the last minute, pulled the nose up.
That's when you flip it, SJL, and you go to her. You said,
You said, "Yeah, I can divert over to your dorm room right now and lay it."
I ain't going to no one's.
You went. She probably found out you were going to your parents' house.
Yeah.
You could have easily been at my house.
Yeah.
That's very true. But she lived in the area over there. That's
Did you
that's
tell
the reason why I went
when,
back there.
Did you tell her that you were giving her direct? Indeed, if you guys did meet, it would be at your parents' house.
No.
You were just playing it off like it's your house.
Well, I figured everybody was going to be asleep by the time she got there, so those questions wouldn't need to be
would you, with all the lights would have been down, and then what do you sneak her in the back, or like you just bring her right through the front door? What happens?
just right through the front door, and just be casual, and then just walk a little extra faster to my room.
Do you have to walk by your parents' room in order to get to your room?
Yes.
What do you think his room looks like?
Oh,
it's a bed with a sheet that's barely hanging on.
Yeah.
No
mattress pad.
No mattress pad. No comforter. Maybe one or two pillows. Like wafer thin.
What does your room look like, Joey? Be honest.
At the moment, I have a lot of dirty clothes that I haven't really, tended to. So there's a big pile of clothes.
Now, when's the next time you're going to be home? Because I'd like for you to take a picture of your room. I'd like to Instagram that.
No. I don't know about that.
Don't tell me no. Don't even think about telling me no.
Do you have basketball sheets?
No, I have sheets with Scooby Doo on them.
Are you
All right,
serious?
listen to me.
Yeah.
If you don't get me a picture of your bedroom, and I'm talking about the next time you go there, like just snapping a picture, like not cleaning it up, but as is, then you're fired.
What?
Yeah, you're fired. I don't think that's unreasonable. We're in the entertainment reality business. People want to know what our stuff looks like, and knowing what your bedroom looks like is not out of bounds or unreasonable. I got my attorney right here that says it's okay to ask that.
I agree. But can I make a negotiation?
What? What?
How about you take a picture of your room and do a compare contrast?
Okay, I think my room may have been on. I was doing a little tutorial last weekend when I was doing my toolbox. I think indeed I videotaped my room, but if not,
Bubba's a clean guy. I'm not worried about him. But you've already said that your room is gross. So if it is not gross in that photo, we know that you doctored it.
I'll walk in today. You know what? I'll send Seth. I have a meeting at 2:00. I have Bubba unsponged at noon. I got a meeting with the landlord at 2, so I'll be home by like 4. And I can certainly take a picture of my bedroom. Don't challenge me, bitch. Don't turn this around on me. I'm not a slob like you are.
I'm not. It would be
I don't
impressive.
live with my parents. I used to.
It would be impressive to see the compare and contrast. That's all I'm saying.
You just make sure you have. Are you going to go home later today?
I'm not sure.
You can, right?
Caveman has got me doing something later today.
Right, just give me a picture of your mother effing bedroom. You hear me?
Yes, sir.
The girl,
aye, Captain.
The girls that you were communicating with, where did you get her information? Was it one of the University of Tampa girls?
Well, it was outside the University of Tampa, so it was like at a bar.
You're at the retreat?
Yep.
I know the area.
So
That's
now
where-
you
that's
know
where- that's where we go.
you're hanging out with Lummox. So it was it during when you were showgoating, or was it when you and Lummy just out and about?
Well, it was us showgoating, but I don't think she goes to school out there, but she lives in the Wesley Chapel.
So you met her
area.
at the retreat bar while you're showgoating.
Yes.
And how did you scoop up the numbers? What did you say?
Well, I got her Instagram first.
This is the way these kids work, Bubba. They don't get each
I'm
other's
glad
phone
that you're
numbers.
getting their Instagrams for your private use because you've not yet tagged any of these chicks on any of the Instagrams we've posted while you're showgoating.
I've sent the information, but
So you're saying Seth hasn't put it up?
I believe so.
Okay.
But
well,
I've sent the information.
All right.
All right, you know we're in trouble. I'm the creepo, and this guy has Scooby-Doo sheets and scooping up chicks.
You were
Right.
really going to time out real quick. You were going to take a chick back to your parents' house.
Sneak them by
Sneak them past your parents' door with dirty clothes and I imagine empty Mountain Dew bottles and pizza boxes and McDonald's wrappers, and then have sex with her on your Scooby-Doo sheets?
while representing the Bubba the Love Sponge show. Yeah, you wonder why people hate us.
Well, I was gonna throw all my dirty clothes and all the trash into my closet, obviously, and then, I mean, everybody likes Scooby Doo, so
That would be. I would think if I'm her, I'm like, tonight's the night I die.
Yes.
When I walk into that
No,
room,
if you're
I'm
her-
like, this is it.
If you're her, you actually get one little minute of brilliance and you don't even show up like she did.
Yeah, she
So
did.
she doesn't get bed bugs and herpes all in one time.
Whoa, I would take it. You don't have herpes, do you, SJL?
no, nor bed bugs.
The dark and lurid radio drama continues after
I
this.
think the best way to tell the story is by starting at the end briefly, then going back to the beginning.
On the Bubba Radio Network.
All right, we got to get these super chat things going, guys. Come on, step it up. Who wants to own the studio today?
Oh, eye candy's sick there, Mad Dog 13R1.
Yeah, I'm your eye candy today. I'll take a picture of what I'm wearing later.
Oh, that was a long break.
That was good.
Peter Barrow.
So did he ever make it back to your house, or did he end up going to his parents last night?
Yeah, I guess he went into his parents.
Oh, so he never even came home.
Nope.
Okay.
After he dropped off the goat. But just imagine, he probably went there. And
So wait,
he smelled like goat.
So let me try and work through this here, and this is better for the
man.
break than on air.
Yeah, so
He just said you own 2 toothbrushes, Bubba. But so he was at his parents.
I have more than that.
No. I understand this, but he was at his parents.
Lisa's
Hold
two-fisted.
on. Ryan Emery with $10.
Write those down because those
Yeah.
are both for on airs. Go ahead,
Okay.
Ryan.
So he was at he
Maybe
stayed.
you should just write this note down and we sled through this on the air.
Okay.
We might lose the spontaneity.
All right.
I'll just throw it over to you for your Stone Joey Logano.
Yeah, I think I got him busted.
Yeah. It's good having a smart attorney on here.
And a lawyer can feed right through that one. You need anything, Brian?
Oh, I'm great, buddy.
I gotta
Thanks.
see here in a minute, and I got the next break ready.
I'll drop it down a button, guys. There you go. How you like that? You guys cheers some more, and that third button's coming undone.
Oh shit! We could be fucking Chippendale topless by the end of the show.
That's it.
Pookie, you gotta go TT. Pookie, you gotta go TT. I don't know. She's not coming out.
Stone Joey would be a great stepdad, Michael. At least you wouldn't have to worry about him beating you.
Did you get any more?
No. The 2 we got were pretty solid, though.
Yep.
One, somebody came hot and heavy.
These is two-fisted.
Yeah.
$49.99.
Keep having to refresh it. The YouTube video freezes up on me on this thing more than the Twitch stuff does.
Really?
And it never actually, like, once it starts freezing, it's like you're done. You gotta refresh. And then what sucks about it? Well, no, this one didn't do it. When I refresh it, sometimes I lose the chat. But this one I didn't.
I've never had a problem with YouTube. I always had problems with Twitch for some reason. I think it's because most of the time it's on my phone.
Yeah. Thanks, Sean. I enjoy being here. I am a black belt, Elizabeth. Black belt attorney. I am dem-tarting down the show with all my liberalness, Quantum.
Wait, are you really a black belt?
No.
Oh, because Joey says he's a black belt, so I was gonna.
Oh, that's why. That's what it was in reference to. Okay, it was a little bit late. Sometimes it's hard to understand exactly what the reference is. So Joey's a black belt?
He says he is.
Wow.
Fuck up.
Don't they teach discipline in the martial arts? The dude has no discipline.
I'm still waiting to see his belt. So I guess
He was
just hasn't
so
gotten to the story yet.
the other part of this, which we can call him out on, is he was planning on meeting up with a chick at like 10 or 11. He has to be in here at what, 5:30?
Well, I told him. I said I was like, man, you better not be late tomorrow.
Yeah. And then he complains, he's fine on that on Wednesday. Tomorrow it's gonna be, I'm so tired.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go to the fish place today because I'm good. I'm going to sleep. I guess I can start seeing him. What he actually does when he gets off now. He played basketball.
Yeah.
He had like 6 air balls in a row. He said that he was really good at. I beat him in a 3-point contest. I did. I feel like he lives like this fantasy.
Well, he's got Scooby-Doo bed sheets. That tells you all you need to know.
Can you imagine that chick just walks in and sees
I mean, I wouldn't even begin to comprehend that. But his game is different than mine, so I really can't fault it. Game respects game, even if it's a different game. But and clearly he's pulling.
Us going to UT, I'm just sitting there like.
Yeah.
I understand the goat has like 99% to do with it, but there's still.
The goat is just an icebreaker, though. No girl's gonna hook up with a dude just because he had a small pygmy goat with him.
Oh, and he's just
Nigerian goat. But
I would call that one out. It's a good icebreaker.
Oh, it's a great. You got to have a gimmick. That's it. You got to have something that works, and you got to find what's in your pocket and stay in your lane.
Man, I've been fucking screaming that for years, cousin.
That's it. Can we have we need to have a Stone Joey Logano martial arts display. He needs to show off some of his black belt skills.
Yeah, hold on here.
Like a kata or something. You gotta do a kata.
Live from the OG Royalty Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Was I the last person in? And I thought that Joey stuck his head in here a few seconds ago, and why would he leave the door open?
I asked Cave earlier, why do you prop the door open?
Who, me?
Yeah, because it used to lock and all that, and you'd enter a code, but you don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, just muscle memory. Sorry. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Janessa is sick. She's been puking since 3.
Morning sickness.
Morning sickness gone wild. Little Anthony is growing from a cashew to like the size of, a lemon now, right? That's what I'm thinking.
I have a little housekeeping real quick. Ryan Emery with $10. And Lisa's two-fisted cul-de-sac with $49.99 and a bitch ain't one.
Oh, look at that. $49.99 and a bitch ain't one. Lisa's two-fisted on Super Chat. You can watch the show as you listen to the show, but you can put a visual. Not that today is really visual appealing with me, Babyface, Stoned, Joey Logano, Lummox, and, of course, the Blitz behind the glass. Blitz doesn't feel well. But Blitz, it sounds like you're sounding better. Like maybe as you're waking up, you're feeling a little bit better.
A little bit. K-Man gave me some cough drops, so I've been eating those like crazy.
Great. Is the show now officially Fish and Chicken? Is that your new show?
That's what Blitz named it yesterday, so we went with it.
Yeah, so Fish and Chicken today after the show about 10:10. You guys got to get in there a little quicker The sooner you get in there, the less drop off you have.
Okay.
Like, seriously. Like, I don't know why you guys aren't on, like, within 4 minutes. Like, as soon as Full Trucker Effect gets done playing, you guys should be ready to go. Like a small little... I know Colton plays like some Who song or something. Why don't you guys just play a zip? It's the Fish and Chicken Show, starring fish and chicken. I would take that actual sound effect right there and make that what you guys open up with today, and then boom, there's your mother effing fish and chicken ready to go.
I was gonna say, can we pull that?
Sure. But you guys need to be on within I think Full Trucker Effects like 4:35. So by 5 minutes after I say goodbye, you guys should be hot.
And Full Trucker Effect won't play today.
Oh yeah, it won't. So like you guys need to be there, Lummy. I mean, you guys, when I was trying to, get my show and, establish some type of brand, you try to get on every minute you can. That's not the way it goes nowadays. These guys are like, man, I'd rather play 3 records and just chill out a little bit than be on the microphone spreading my fishness. At least you got top billing, right?
Fishing and chicken.
Was it fish and a chicken or fish and chicken?
Fishing and chicken. Like fishing with an IN. Fishing and chicken.
No, you've said it 3 different ways, 3 different times. Fishing and chicken, fishing and chicken, fishing and chicken. What's the goddamn show called?
Fishing and chicken.
That's stupid.
But fish and chicken is genius.
Well, so all day long yesterday it was called fish and chicken.
Right. Now it's fishing and chicken. There's a big difference, Lummy. Are you not smart enough to tell the difference? There's fishing and chicken.
Well, I think realistically they're still actually looking for a real name to use.
Oh, I think it should just be fish and chicken. Fish and chicken.
Done.
Not fishing and chicken. Fish. The letter N.
Fishing and chicken in.
Fishing and chicken. Listen, Lummy, you figure it out. Which is stupid. It's just about as dumb as it gets. But hey, there's other big time shows that call themselves Free Beer and Hot Wings too. So yippee-yo, to each its own.
Well, that was Lummy's excuse yesterday.
What?
But there was another show named Hot Wings something or other.
Hot Wings and Miller Lite or something. I don't even know what it is.
That's pretty much what he said.
Today Unsponged, I know that's going to be at noon. Kurt Busch is my guest today. And Babyface were started to kind of do some type of Stone Joey Logano pontification breakdown. It got really deep into it, and that was right when we were going into commercials, and I don't know if you've lost that thought or not. And then he started talking about how he wanted Stone Joey Logano, who supposedly is a black belt, to come in here and do a little dojo demonstration or something like that.
He can run a kata by us.
He can run a kata. So what were you saying when I said we went to words, and I think we were a hot mic on YouTube, and you started getting into a little Stone Joey Logano? I'm like, hold it.
Oh,
hold it.
He's busted. He's busted. He definitely did not brush his teeth, or he has not brushed his teeth since he's moved in with Lummy. Because if you recall earlier, he was shocked by the fact that you owned 2 toothbrushes, and he did not spend the night at Lummy's house last night. And he went home.
Listen, this is what happens when you get a lawyer that has to break stuff down, and he completely can timeline it, unlike our dumbasses. And so go ahead, Brian. Go, Brian.
Stone Joey
Logano, are you listening to this right now?
He either has a toothbrush at his parents' house and brushed his teeth for the first time probably in a week, or since he started living at Lummy's last night, or he did not brush his teeth because his toothbrush is at Lummy's house.
See,
he does have a toothbrush and toothpaste here.
But he already said that he did not brush it here.
Yeah, he did say that. He didn't. He established the fact that it was not here. It was in the shower at his parents' house, correct?
And that's his preferred way of brushing his teeth in the morning.
Yeah. So what say you, Joey? Did we bust you? Did you lie?
No. The reason why I was so surprised was because you said you had a electric toothbrush and a regular toothbrush. Now I'm thinking, when you buy the caddy,
look at this
you get a.
Look at this guy.
He's trying. He has not addressed the allegations against him. He is talking about how you own 2 toothbrushes.
He's trying to turn it around, and he's trying to get me off the script. Continue on.
I'm not
with your numbness.
The hoodie's off. The hair's disheveled now. He's caught.
I thought he showered.
What?
Look how greasy that hair
Yeah,
is.
if you showered, why is your hair so greasy?
Because it's wet.
It's not wet. It's just
All right.
grease.
So you didn't brush your teeth. You didn't stay at Lummy's.
I didn't
You
stay
don't
at
have a
Lummy's.
toothbrush at your parents'.
Well, I didn't stay at Lummox's. I don't have a toothbrush at Lummox's. Did not bring that. There is a toothbrush at my house. There's a toothbrush here. I did brush my teeth.
So
let's just move on.
All right.
Because like it just.
So what about-
we're almost as dumb just to keep going on with it. Like who's dumber, us
Yeah.
or talking to the dumb guy about doing dumb stuff?
who's definitely lying to us about brushing his teeth, but that's okay.
This is like the Benji vortex.
Yeah, it is.
exactly. Like I'm in an absolute, art out vortex.
So is he going to do a kata for us since he claims he's a black belt?
Yeah. Now you claim to be a black belt.
Yes, sir.
In what type of stuff? In what discipline?
Taekwondo.
I've seen you try to not break a board with Lummy before on our YouTube channel, and you hurt your hand.
Yes, that was a treated wood. Thank you. Yes, treated wood.
The bisexual guy has to chime in and say this numbnut.
But I did, in fact, perform breaking a board
He doesn't.
on the Bone and Stone show, Fridays 10 to 12.
How long did you cook that thing in the oven for?
Hold on. Now, have you been given a black belt by your sensei? Like, do you have the actual black belt?
Yes, I do.
And Taekwondo, like, what if you fight a guy like Rob Kahn, who's like a 5-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu, Gracie trained?
I will probably curl up in a ball and cry.
Boy, that really is a great endorsement for whoever gave you a black belt, that you would ball up. Ladies and gentlemen, come to Numbnuts' black belt training, because when you get in a real fight, you're going to ball up like a little fetal position and be scared to death.
Well,
that's what our black belts, how tough they are once they graduate.
It was probably.
I mean, Brian, when you say you're a black belt, or somebody's giving you a black belt from their dojo, then you want to be like a badass, right?
Well,
that people say, hey, listen, man, if you go down to Larry's dojo and you get a black belt, you end up as bad as that guy, or they're looking at cleaning house like Patrick Swayze here.
He got a black belt, a very specific black belt in balling up and laying down.
Yeah, we have a subsect in our discipline calling balling up and laying down, and this guy's the best in the world at it right here.
Well, you don't want people to know that you're a badass, right? You want to keep that under wraps.
Good thing is no one knows you're a badass.
Yeah. Good job, buddy.
You're pulling that off quite nicely.
Exactly.
Can you go in here, if we had you come in here, like Brian, if you have a black belt, then you have a series of you got to go through the whole, like you said, like a
kata.
Yeah, like a kata, and you got
you could do like the swan and all that stuff. Wax on, wax off.
Yeah, but they usually have like a whole series, like
a form.
A goes into B.
Yeah,
and then,
like a form.
Do you have that?
If I jog my memory, I did this when I was in elementary school to late or early high school.
Yeah, so just a few years ago.
So I don't really remember everything. But
Well, you're not everything, just your most recent one that you used to get your black belt, buddy.
Yeah, your black, the one
that you did like 2 years ago.
The routine,
It wasn't 2 years
the
ago.
routine you had to go through in order to get your final black belt.
Yeah, the thing you did for half of your life, you say?
It was like 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so if it's 6
a quarter
years,
of your life.
when did you start?
Let's see, 5th, maybe no, 3rd grade.
So you did it from 3rd to 9th grade. So you
Yes.
haven't done any martial arts training
There's
since
stuff that I
9th
did.
grade.
There's stuff
Yes.
that I did in 9th grade that I could remember that I could do. Like
Well-
for instance, Brian, I learned how to snap one-handed, long snapping one-handed for extra points, because you have to put as much steam on that one. In 9th grade, a guy named Doug Hutzel was
And
the
you
football
probably didn't
coach.
spend 6 years learning how to do it.
No, but I can specifically remember the technique that he taught me, like the 3 or 4 things I had to do a little bit different in long snapping to the extra point guy compared to the punt guy. And I can remember that was in 9th grade. I can remember that.
Well, first of all, you do have an exceptional memory, but his is a little more complicated. We're talking about going through like specific motions and
I'm
moves for
53 years
kata.
old. I'm 53 years old too. I'm guarantee you there's
When
everybody
did you learn how to make a saw sing?
Oh, I learned that. God, probably when I was in 8th or 9th grade.
Never forgot that.
No, I didn't forget that.
That's what I'm saying. Never forgot that.
Yeah, I never forgot that, how to make a saw sing. There's things that everybody in this building learned, before your freshman year that you could remember and go through and recite.
I agree. And I'm actually
so get your ass in here right now and go through your routine.
Yes, sir.
Right now.
Okay.
And have Bye Boy bring the camera.
If you got to stretch or whatever, loosen up a little bit.
I don't think you have to stretch to get into a fetal ball.
Here goes nothing.
I don't think that takes a lot. I mean, I think that's pretty, pretty somewhat, instinctual.
I'm excited to see this. This is going to be.
So, hey, Caveman, could you find me like some dojo, like some?
I have some.
Well,
what, now how?
Caveman was going to send a couple of things that we can't play him.
Oh, you're right. You're exactly right.
Yeah, he was going to send Kung Fu Fighting, but
can't
play it.
Everybody is Kung Fu Fighting.
Are we allowed to just sing it?
I'm sure.
Go ahead, Brian.
Everybody was Kung Fu Fighting. He was fast as lightning.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. It's a little bit exciting.
Are you watching this?
Oh, he's great. Look at this. This is black belt right
The
now.
sharpness of it's so crisp.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I can't. I'm way behind. I need to stand up and see this. Here, hold on. Go back a little bit here.
Oh man.
So this looks like something like robot training, like Transformers. More than meets the eyes, robot. All right, go ahead.
He says this is called Chung Ji.
What is this called?
Chung Ji.
All right, go ahead. Yeah. I could literally, I'm not kidding you right now. You could show that to me 3 times and I could do it. No, I don't want you to teach. All you're doing is just like fist punching the air. Like there's no kicks. Like, and you know what? Like, go ahead and do those Kung Ji moves on Rob Khan and watch him foot sweep you and pummel your face like hamburger, right? Can you imagine if you were the real dude and you go like this? That's all you're doing is just stupid stuff.
Was that Tai Chi?
What? Talking to the microphone. Mic 4 is available right there. What now?
It's form. It's not necessarily what you will be using to fight someone. Like I'm going to use this form to fight you.
Hold on now. This is the stupid stuff that they make you do just to get a black belt. My God, I bet you there's 1,000 black belts a day given.
There was one test where
Brian, you and I could go down and say, hey, listen, after one 1 minute tutorial, you and I could have black belts.
Yeah, I'm watching this guy do a Chung Ji. This kid's doing his Chung Ji white belt, and his moves are just about, probably better than Stone Joey Logano.
All right, Joey,
but are they the same?
Joey, just go ahead and do your Chung Ji again.
Yours are not any more complicated than what this little kid's doing for his white belt.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
What about a kick?
Hey, don't you think, Blitz, like in order to get a black belt, they ought to throw you in there with like a brown belt deal, and if you could beat his ass and you get a black belt?
This kid looks like he's at the DMV doing it, and he's he's rocking it better than you.
Let's see your Tung Chi deal.
My dojo was in a strip mall by the public.
There you go. That's some really, really deep Oriental training. Go ahead.
Oy vey. I mean, he looks dumb doing it, but he's kind of doing it right.
Yeah, I know. He is doing it correctly.
Dumb. Like that makes you a black belt. You literally look like you're on an aircraft carrier and you're bringing the flight guys in. You look like a flight deck operator. If you just had a couple sets of flags or some of those flashlights with little red cones on them, you could just be getting after it.
He looks like one of those over-the-top policemen directing traffic.
I wish I could send you the video, Bubba, of this little kid doing this Chung Ji white belt form. It's pretty much identical to what SJL just did.
Yeah.
So it's not black belt. That's white belt.
And guess what? I'm a white belt. The guy that's off the street that just gave him the $99 to sign up, he's a white belt. Like, that's where you start. Well, like kids that are 1 minute old are white belts.
So you're saying the only thing you remember is from when you first started, when you literally were in like 3rd grade? That's what you remembered?
Yeah, well, the other stuff is really complicated. I tore my ACL a long time ago.
He's not going to show you that for free.
I'd show you that, but you'd already be dead.
Yeah. And you tore your ACL. I mean, in order to tear your ACL, you have to like be moving fairly, like have some type of energy behind you. You don't have enough energy or inertia behind you to tear anything.
I used to be an athletic a bunny rabbit, or I don't even know what. the saying a cheetah.
This is athletic bunny rabbit.
Stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I mean, kid.
There were times where I went mountain biking and basketball and
Just like a
all that
bunny
stuff.
rabbit.
Well, I was imagining he's hopping around all the time, and basketball you hop around too.
And then the bunny slopes when you go skiing.
Oh,
so it all fits together. I get it now.
I very rarely am I lost for words, but I'm locked up on absolute stupid. I'm like, I found somebody that's dumber than me. My Lord, kid. You roll around in life like this?
Yes.
Did you just burp?
Yes, I did.
Right on me too. Thanks,
Sorry.
buddy.
I also used to be as smart as a caterpillar, just so you know, because they're smart because they change along the way and turn into something beautiful at the end.
Yeah, I've molted into the beautiful butterfly. I've blossomed.
You've
Bubba.
molted, all right. You've reverse molted.
Dolted.
Light up the darkness.
Luckily, Cheap Heat has a very low flash point.
I'm burning. Oh, I need to burn.
We'll be back to the Bubba Radio Network after this.
Did you get that basketball video WeTransfer stuff?
Yeah, there's copyright music in the video with the girl walking the goat. So, do you need a water?
I'm good for this break. I don't want to have to pee 20 times.
Okay.
Oh man, that was good. That was a legit belly laugh for me. Used to be like a bunny rabbit.
Athletic bunny rabbit.
Athletic bunny rabbit. Where'd you find him?
I don't know, buddy.
At supposedly HCC.
Like a college deal.
Really?
Yeah, HCC.
HCC. Okay, I was gonna say there's no way that was UT or USF.
Oh, he got accepted to USF, and I'm like, don't tell people
He
that.
did.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm growing my degree.
That's pretty impressive because it's not, dude. When we went, it was way easier to get in than it is now. Now you've actually got to be like a legit student. Oh yeah, the admission. They're number 44 in the nation for public universities now.
Really?
Yeah.
They're gonna be number 45 when Joey.
They went all the way down to 80.
Yeah.
They're gonna. U.S. News and World Report's like, yeah, we need to revise this shit. That kid got in here. No.
They're letting anyone in.
Yeah, we're behind DeVry now.
Only took him 5 years to get his AA, so. DeVry, jeez.
I don't judge people for that because people have life circumstances and things. But
no, I would only say that because I know, like he wasn't.
He
passing
just
his
doesn't
classes.
apply himself.
It wasn't passing his classes.
Oh.
No, but he's really fucking stupid too.
Yeah, but I used to be smart like a bunny rabbit, so I like to hop from subject to subject and
mountain biking and basketball.
Sean, you can get a hold of my office at 844-ASK-GINA or 813-287-2227. Also, feel free to email me if you want. Brian, it's Brian with an I the correct way, at hunterlawgroup.com.
I wish I would have known how UT was because I think I would have went there.
Oh man, they get here's the problem with UT though, is they get all these very attractive, snobby ass rich girls from the north, and like they literally just go into New York and the rich enclaves in Long Island and stuff, and just recruit the hell out of it and sell it like it's a beach school and all of this. The same way Eckerd College gets girls down here. Eckerd College has some solid looking trim too. Yeah. Morning, Cindy Klein. We really weren't picking on Joey. We gave him an opportunity to highlight and display his athletic ability like a bunny rabbit.
Yeah, his white belt Tai Chi.
It was Chung Ji, and it was a part of his Taekwondo training. That he stopped when he was in ninth grade.
He just remembers the third grade stuff.
Yeah, it should have to be like, so as a lawyer, in order to stay barred, I have to do CLEs and show that I'm continuing to learn and stuff. You shouldn't be able to get a black belt when you're in ninth grade and then the rest of your life be like, I'm a black belt. No, can I say the F word on here?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you fucking ain't. You were a black belt when you were in ninth grade. Now you're just some dude who knows some gay moves.
I wouldn't say gay.
Oh, okay, sorry. Some silly moves.
Yeah.
That's Brian Matrone, ladies and gentlemen.
No, he was happy about his moves. I was using gay in the common use of happy.
Yeah, I used to be able to hit a home run when I was in ninth grade. Doesn't mean, I'm going to say that I'm a home run hitter.
I did use trim donkey teeth. Trim is a great word to use for the ladies. Did you? Is anybody going to try and beat out Lisa's two-fisted cul-de-sac today?
Yeah, big load of the day, $49.99.
Yeah.
Yeah, bitch ain't one.
Lisa set it up to be beaten by a $50 load. Although we really should require at least $5 increments above. You shouldn't be able to come in and Prices Right somebody. $50.01. Nah. What say you, Bubba? Good talk.
That's what he thinks.
Yeah.
I'm fucking trying to get the next break ready. I'm over here fucking getting ready for closing arguments, and you're over there fucking glad-assing around.
Because when you're just a natural like me, you can glad ass.
Right. You want to switch positions? You want to come over here?
I tried that before. It didn't work out
All
so
right,
well.
Then you fucking know.
Philly is the most disgusting city in the world. Gold egg layer. Philadelphia is such an apropos description for that city.
I've actually never been to this. The only city I've never been to is Philly.
Just in the summer, just everywhere you go just smells like dried urine. Because those assholes just piss wherever they want. They treat that city like a giant urinal.
I heard San Francisco's getting that way.
Really?
All the homeless people?
Yeah, the homeless population, because they got to go. Like, they should set up more places for them to go.
Well, they have that, the Tampa, like, where I'm at, like the Metropolitan and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they still just piss everywhere.
Yeah. It's...
Morning, John.
What's
Live from the OG Royalty Studios. It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Kurt Busch on today, noon. Bubba Unsponged on YouTube.com/The Bubba Army. Live on the air for probably about an hour. That's about how long they last. Sometimes a little longer. The Kurt Busch drives the #1 Monster Energy Monster Cup. I don't know if Kurt's in the playoffs or not. I'm going to have to check. I've not kept up on NASCAR. It's one of the questions I'm going to ask Kurt today. Like, how does NASCAR get back to where they were? Or even like a fragment of what they were? I feel NASCAR's in trouble. I know Blitz and I were, at one time, NASCAR was so, not part of our life, but we were so interested in it that, like, we would be able to tell you, who's on the pole for the weekend, where they're at, whether it's a night race or a day race.
Yeah, you asked me yesterday if I watched a Talladega race because it was on Monday.
Because of a rain out.
And I said I had no idea.
I had no idea it was on.
Kurt Busch is right now in 15th place.
Oh, so he missed the cutoff. I gotta get a copy of the standings. So Kurt Busch today at noon, and I think me not really keeping up with NASCAR is going to make for a good interview.
Yeah.
Well, it can go one of two ways. It's either going to be good or terrible.
I know Kurt. I've met him a few times with Sumo and the guys.
And Kurt was also big when you actually did follow NASCAR a lot.
Yeah.
The problem with NASCAR is it became way too corporatized. So they got that corporate money, and now all these guys have to be so clean cut.
Hold on. That's one of the problems with NASCAR.
I think that is the major problem.
That's the major problem. There are no personalities. There is nobody that you can look at and be like, that guy's really interesting. He's like me. He's curses a little bit. He'll occasionally punch a guy in the face.
That's
on
why
pit row.
Tony did so well. It's because there was a lot of hotheads that rolled around like Tony. Be like, you know what? I'm going to smash this guy in the mouth.
I mean, look at the leaderboard now. Other than Kyle Busch, who used to be, Denny Hamlin, Yawn, Martin Truex Jr.,
Carl Larson's.
These guys are just boring. They're boring. I couldn't tell you anything interesting about them. But I was never a big NASCAR guy, but I knew who the hotheads were because that was interesting.
You knew Tony Stewart. You knew Dale Sr. You knew Rusty Wallace. You knew those guys would come out and smash in the face.
There was something interesting going on. There was always some level of controversy.
Don't forget. Let's not forget what propelled NASCAR to the very top as to why America fell in love. Prior to the 1979 Daytona 500, NASCAR was always kind of a regional or southern kind of deal, and nobody really, from up north and whatever was really into it. Well, in 1979 happened to be the blizzard of the century, and it was the first in February, and it was the first time that CBS was going to broadcast the Daytona 500 live. Usually it would be like nobody cared about it, so it would be like later that day or the next day or and they actually went live. And on the last lap, Cale Yarborough and Donnie Allison or Bobby Allison, one of the boys, they got to bumping each other down the backstretch, Brian, and they end up spinning each other out right there in turn 3, and they both got out of their car. Now this is live on CBS, right? And most of the Northeast and Midwest are snowbound, and they are having to watch TV because there's nothing to do. And so they have the largest audience ever, and Donnie Allison or one of the Allison boys and Cale Yarborough got out of their car and started hooking it out and throwing helmets at each other, and the crews got involved, and it was a big melee, and that's Blitz. Isn't that like what they say really kind of propelled NASCAR? Be like, man, I didn't know those guys did that kind of stuff. I like that. And that's what kind of started NASCAR, the resurgence the beginning of NASCAR. That's what it was built upon, and they've gotten so far away from that. And
remember that one year, about 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, whatever, they had the boys have at it.
Oh, yeah.
But the first time they had a fight, they got in trouble.
Yeah. Remember the one time Tony got so mad, I think it was at Martinsville, he took his helmet and blasted it through I don't know if he hit it, but he hit the guys off the hood.
Threw it at him, yeah.
I mean, sports in general, live sports in general, are struggling to get people in, and the millennials and even the younger generation are not as interested in it and watching it live or watching it completely. So they've got to change the way that it's consumed. They've got to find ways, and the biggest way that a lot of these leagues are doing is with live in-game betting. And I don't know how you do that with NASCAR, like what you're betting on.
They do have that.
They do have that.
I don't know how, but they
what
do.
are you betting on?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, how fast who's going to have the fastest pit stop?
I think that might be one of, but I'm sure who's going to win. And don't forget, NASCAR's got
who's going to win doesn't do it. It's got to be the in-game betting is what's going to bring people to the stadiums.
You're not letting me finish. They also have 3 segments in NASCAR, segment 1, segment 2, and segment 3. So you could certainly bet on who's going to win each particular segment, could you not?
Yeah.
So that's in-game. So that would probably be about the only in-game thing you could maybe do. I don't know how many passes there's going to be, an over or under or something. I don't know.
How many wrecks?
Yeah, something like that.
How many laps under caution, over, under?
So we were talking about Stone Joey Logano's athletic ability, and that kind of brought me an idea that I wrote down and I wanted to bring up. And we've done it once before. Now, it's kind of a logistical nightmare, but we now have the ability to be able to go live, on a whim. YouTube's a little easier to go live just on a whim than Twitch is. But why wouldn't we consider doing the BRN Olympics? And, we have various events like, we could do a basketball, free throw contest or baseball hitting or 100-yard dash or bench press. We try to.
Did Janessa play any sports when she was younger?
I think so. I think that she's fairly athletic. Okay. She would do it too. And we have both ends of this. And I'm a 53-year-old fat ass. So, I'd have to, Blitz, you'd give like 7 events and you have to pick 5.
Okay.
We could do bowling. We could do target shooting. Like, I think the last time we did the BRN Olympic splits, we did bowling, like a 100-yard dash, gun, target shooting. We tried to kind of pick something that everybody had a little bit, good at. Brian, don't you think that would be kind of cool?
I think it sounds great.
Now, you and Dan, because Dan would try to win it all. You know that.
Oh, he's already won it.
And Kevin, like, it'd only have to be, these are the people that could do it. Me, Janessa. I don't even know if we let Lummy do it, Blitz, because Lummy's not full-time,
Lummy's not anytime.
Yeah, true.
Lummy's not even an intern.
I mean, he's the fishing part of fishing and chicken, right? Lummy, you're not even an intern, are you?
I can intern.
Well, so me, Janessa,
gotta go to
Blitz,
school first.
Caveman. Lummy, we probably should throw you in. But, Lummy, you're going to win everything.
I'm hurt. I'm old.
You could have a gun range shooting, marksmanship.
I'm trying to think what I could beat Lummy at. I can probably beat Lummy
Shooting,
at.
right?
I could probably beat him at shooting.
Yeah.
Blitz, I'd probably beat him at shooting.
Yeah, probably. You're a pretty good shot.
Bowling?
No, he bowls.
He's on a bowling league.
He's a hell of a bowler.
He does look like a bowler.
How about
too.
can you shoot Can you shoot free throws?
Yeah, I'm better at threes, but I can do free throws.
He'll probably beat me there too.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm only beating him at shooting. I'm trying to think about what I think I can beat you at anything else, Lummox.
100-yard dash?
No, I couldn't beat you at the 100-yard dash.
What about some sort of eating contest?
Really?
Just saying, it's
what is it? Nathan's hot dog deal now?
Why not do a chicken wing thing, or get Wing House to sponsor it?
No, we're gonna do like bowling, target shooting, baseball, free throw.
Something with football.
Maybe we should do field goal kicking.
Definitely something with the martial arts. I'm not betting on Stone Joey Logano to win that.
High jumping. Can you imagine me and Caveman, Blitz, and Lummy trying to high jump?
We'd have to get a whole bunch of extra poles because they're going to be breaking.
Yeah, I wouldn't even bother with that. Well, that's pole vaulting.
No, I don't know that. You know what? Pole vaulting.
We should do that too.
No.
Yes.
Nobody could do it. Nobody. Literally,
the upper body and core strength that requires.
Blitz, where are you going to find a pole that's big, that's sturdy enough for me, you, Caveman, and Lummox?
One of those.
Go buy some antenna towers.
Those fence poles in the back.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. So we're gonna. I think we probably need to maybe do that. Don't you think? That'd be huge. And Janessa has to participate as well.
Yeah, so it'd be you, Janessa, Caveman, Blitz, Stone Joey Logano,
Lummox.
Lummy's in it.
Yeah.
Lummy.
Okay, and Colton and Seth, you call him now?
Yeah, Seth's just kind of a dabbler. He just dabbles in and out. He's not part of the full-time crew. I want him to be, but I tried to get Seth to be on air. And he's like, no, I want to be behind the scenes. So so it'd be me, Janessa, Lummox, Caveman, Blitz, Stone Joey Logano. Oh, Bye Boy.
Yep.
And Lummox, I think. I think I got everybody. So we're going to work during our creative meeting. We'll write that down. I got an email from the band Channel Lock out of Orlando. We just wanted to thank you for playing our music on today's show. It truly means a lot. Can't wait to come and play for you live. Thanks again for all that you do for unsigned bands. Patrick, Mark, Chris from Channel Lock. Thank you. Thank you, Channel Lock. They actually sounded pretty good. Do you know anything, Brian, because you're big on sports, and I saw my boy JP yesterday, and the first thing out of JP Peterson's mouth was, man, can you believe about this LeBron deal? And he needs to keep his mouth shut, and LeBron doesn't know what he's talking about, and yada, yada. And I'm like, you know what? I saw something about some of the Houston Rockets guy said something here, but I really haven't paid attention as to what's going on, Brian. Why don't you give me like the Reader's Digest talking to a dumb guy deal?
Real quick, we got
Fish on Jay with 10.99 and a fish ain't one.
Thank you, Fish on the J.
So LeBron James couldn't have been any more tone deaf on this. And see what's happening here is...
So now LeBron tries to infuse himself into stuff that he probably shouldn't. Is that what's kind of going on here?
Well, they're all infused into it. So here's the controversy. Hong Kong, the people of Hong Kong are fighting against these repressive Chinese laws because they're an independent... It's two nations, one country kind of deal that they have going on where... Hong Kong is kind of its own independent thing, but they're not completely. And the Chinese...
So Hong Kong wants to break away from China?
Not completely, But they're
you can't have it both. You can't have it.
Well, they kind of do though. So they want to have some level of not being able to be taken from Hong Kong, tried in China for things that they're saying and doing in Hong Kong, because Hong Kong's a little bit more liberal.
So it's like
mainland
Hong
China.
Kong, kind of like the California of America.
Well, Hong Kong was ruled by the British until '97.
Yeah, and then they turned it over, and that was a mistake. And so now
Hong
the Chinese.
So Hong Kong Blitz, they're kind of new to playing the Chinese game.
Yes,
because they were Britain rule.
Right.
Why did Britain give them up?
That was part of the original deal.
It was a part of the original deal, and Britain honored it because China. And
okay.
so
and
what
China's
happened,
probably like, we're so effing powerful that we'll take it if you don't let us have it.
So Hong Kong.
Yes, no?
Yes.
All right.
So the people in Hong Kong have been protesting these Chinese rules and everything like that. So the GM.
So like we want to Hong Kong out, and we're not used to having to be so strict like you people from the mainland, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Well, they want to have some level of their own sovereignty and rules. So the GM from the Houston Rockets. So the NBA is doing this Japanese and Chinese tour over there, and on the way out, the GM
like during preseason, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So the GM from the Houston Rockets tweeted out that he supported the people of Hong Kong. Well, that pissed everybody off in China.
But what's wrong with that?
Oh, because you don't want to politicize. The NBA is not in the business of being political and this and that, and the bottom line is this: it's about money.
That's because China has money.
China has money, and actually South Park this season has been doing an amazing job, even before this NBA controversy about ripping on China. Winnie the Pooh's banned in China, Bubba. Did you know that?
Why?
Peppa Pig's banned in China because
I agree with that one.
Because but
who's Peppa Pig?
The worst British kids cartoon ever in the history of crappy kids cartoons.
All right.
Just garbage.
But Winnie the Pooh didn't hurt anybody.
Oh no! But President Xi Jinping is parodied in memes because people say he looks like Winnie the Pooh. And so he banned it. So they have their own internet.
Sounds like Donald Trump.
They have their own internet there. Donald Trump would love this.
So hold on. You're saying that China even has its own internet where you just can't go watch what you want. The government has to tell you what you can see?
Oh, absolutely.
In China?
Yep.
Actually, then they just make a law too where now to even use the internet, you're going to have an eye scan.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I mean
you know what they got a handle on the troll game, do they not?
Yeah.
You want to go on the internet? That's fine. We just want to know who you are.
So the Houston Rockets GM makes this comment. The NBA flips out. They handle it terribly. The players are all pussyfooting around the issue because they all get paid big money from Chinese companies and sponsors
that make the shoes and all this
and they
stuff.
They don't want to lose out on those endorsement deals. Like they get paid a couple times a year in the off season. They make trips over there. They do basketball camps. They do appearances, and they get paid millions of dollars.
Right. For LeBron James to go do a Chinese, mainland yippee-yo of free throw clinic to pay him $1 zillion.
So from a PR standpoint, so the Chinese government canceled a bunch of events that they were supposed to do. They refused to televise the NBA games in China that were being played there. They still let them play the preseason games. LeBron James gets back and says, "Man, it was a really rough time for us over there. People need to be sensitive." And meanwhile,
so was LeBron sticking up for the Houston guy, or was he what was his position on it?
His position was that they had a really rough couple of weeks out there, and they almost didn't get to play because people were saying political things that they shouldn't be saying. Meanwhile, the people in Hong Kong are getting beaten, killed, tortured, gassed.
Why?
Because of the riots and the fights over these
because the
Chinese
people in
law.
Hong Kong want to Hong Kong it out and be liberal, and the mainland saying, no, we got strict mainland rules, and that's how it is now. And the people in Hong Kong are like, man, we're like San Francisco. We want to be just absolutely do our own thing, right?
Yeah.
And, they're like, nope, you can't. So they're now going over there and kicking ass?
So they're getting their asses kicked. I mean, it's a whole thing there, and it's tough because the Chinese government controls the internet, so protesting's tough, being a dissident and stuff there, and then LeBron James comes back here crying about how they had a rough couple of weeks.
I think this is by the way, the commissioner of the NBA really has an odd look, does he not?
It's powder.
We are not apologizing for Daryl exercising his freedom of expression.
Daryl is the owner of the Houston Rockets.
The GM, I believe.
Okay.
Again, having communicated directly with many friends in China, that so many people are upset.
And did the guy from the Rockets, all he said was, I support Hong Kong?
Pretty much.
And
it wasn't anything super controversial.
Now, this is going to cause... Why would this cause such a crisis here in America? Why should we care?
Well, it's not a crisis in America.
It says NBA in crisis.
Well, the crisis is for the NBA, not for America.
Yeah, but like America, I mean, NBA, stop worrying about kissing China's ass so much, so it's going to suck not to be having all that China business, but better keep the Americans happy, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, but part of the problem is, Bubba, is what we were just talking about with NASCAR, is how do these sports leagues make up for the loss of revenue from fans not attending games, people not as being engaged in professional sports in America? Well, part of the answer is going internationally and getting all that international money like the movie industry has done.
Hell, the Bucs just played in London last week.
Maybe we ought to try to put our show into China.
You wouldn't go over well.
If they won't let Winnie the Pooh in, man, they're not letting us in. They would literally think that we were like really bad people, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah.
Would they kill me if I made an appearance?
Actually, nobody in China knows about you. You're censored.
Yeah, they probably, not a single person in China who's not an American citizen knows who you are.
I need to go to YouTube because YouTube will even tell you if 4 people from Bangladesh watched you. They have some pretty good analytics or whatever.
Yeah, you had it right.
And I wonder if China's ever on there.
Oh, I doubt it because they don't. I don't even think they have YouTube in
correct.
China. They have their own
YouTube
version.
is blocked in China.
They have their own version of it.
Really?
They have their own internet. What we have here, they do not have.
After the Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey tweeted in support of the Hong Kong protesters. So you're like, hey man, this is Daryl. I'm Houston general manager. Well, I stick up for you Hong Kongers. Boom. That's caused all this.
Yeah, it caused this whole fallout.
And how would they even know it? Because I would think that they can't get Twitter over there, right?
Oh, they the people can't get Twitter, but the Chinese government
Yeah,
can.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, it really sucks to live in China, doesn't
And
it?
what's up with this Unsolved Mysteries theme song they got going on?
Yeah.
When I'm in Shanghai, I can meet with the appropriate officials and discuss where we stand. And again,
that guy might be the creepiest commissioner in looks.
Yeah,
he's like a Mr. Burns if Mr. Burns didn't go out in the sun for 8 years.
those remarks from Daryl Morey and my remarks in an appropriate...
I've had enough. So LeBron went over here and kind of just cried about how tough it was to play preseason in China.
And the risk of going all the way out there for nothing, and we all need to just be sensitive to the China. No, screw the Chinese, screw their human rights violations. It's not. You can't kowtow to them just because they've got money.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. We just need to send Dennis Rodman over there.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman can make this all go away.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Is China as bad as North Korea or no?
In a different way.
In a different way. I mean, they're very similar in the way they control the information flow to the people in their country.
I think North Korea's probably a little more evil with the way they do it.
China's not too far behind.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. China has better PR with it.
Kim Jong won't Kim Jong come won't Kim Jong Un, if you're not clapping hard enough for when they introduce him, they'll come and grab you and kill you.
Yeah, I mean, you've got it. If they
go, ladies and gentlemen, they'd be like, I mean, you got to really
be over the top.
Yeah.
Or they'll come kill you. I mean, that's tough. That's pretty heavy-handed, ain't it? Kim Jong.
Yeah, I mean, you know about, China's going so far as they've come up with a social credit system in which they judge each citizen and assess each individual citizen and business
based on what?
Their economic and social reputation.
Oh, I'd go right to the gallows.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was in China, I'm not doing very well economically, and I'm a real horse's ass.
Yeah, they're rolling it out next year.
So they score you?
Yeah.
And then based on your score, you get what? Based on whether you can come outside or you can drive a car or you can do what?
Well, it's an excuse for them to mass surveil the entire population in the under the guise of saying, well, we need this in order to score how see how you score under this system.
For what though? What does that? Your score will determine what?
How high you rank in China.
I like that. You get a ranking deal, you're like college football team.
Yeah, you
right?
like it until they rank you.
Yeah, true. Till you're ranked Do they kill? Do you think they kill the bottom third?
I don't know if they're going to go murdering people.
I don't think China quite kills like North Korea does.
But
I think they're only that.
So like, say you could be blacklisted from doing certain activities. So if you score so low, or you're considered a threat, then you can't go take public transit. You can't go on the subway.
You can't get on the subway.
You
if you
can't
score a
leave.
5.
You can't leave the country. They won't approve you to leave the country to travel.
Can't reproduce.
I mean, I'm sure that's what it's going to get to with them.
I'm all for that.
That's what working at the BRN.
But I'm all for
anything.
I'm all for kind of thinning out the herd a little bit. Really, I might not even make the cut, but I'm all for.
I might be one of the first to go, but I think
I'm right there on the I think I'm right there on the borderline where they could say, this guy has a lot of good things. He's got a lot of bad things. We might let him live his life out. He's probably going to die in 10 years anyway. But you get a guy like Stone Joey Logano that doesn't brush his teeth, that just is completely stupid. What good is Stone Why wouldn't you sterilize him and put him in a camp immediately?
They're blacklisting people, so they'll literally, before a movie starts in China, they'll show mugshots of people who have been blacklisted to shame them.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah, Bubba would do that instantly.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think that let's call it camps. I don't want to put the.
Well, I don't know if camps is a good term.
Well, how about this? Your parents score low. The child is then excluded from all top schools in their region.
I think we have a scoring system here, but it's not based on religion or ethnicity. It's just completely based on how you can contribute to society. And if you don't look like you can contribute and make everybody better, then we
give you free money.
That's how bad our system is. We reward you for being dumb and lazy here.
Yep.
Whereas what we should do is be castrating you and maybe putting you somewhere where you can't really, get out much. But instead, we're like, oh, you're dumb and you don't want to work. Here's free money. Which at that point, then other people that are right there on the borderline of being, maybe productive or dumb say, well, God, I may be stupid, but numbnuts down there is getting $1,200 free money and an EBT card to feed his family. And he just has to say that he, is dumb and got a tweaked back. I'm going to be dumb and tweak my back if I can get free food and $1,200. In fact, I would be dumb and tweak my back if I could get that deal right now. Wouldn't you?
You can, Bubba.
Can you tell me where to go fill that paperwork out?
I'm sure you can qualify for some sort of disability.
You think I could?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Emotional or physical, one of the two.
Please. I mean, can you send me one of those doctors that'll just rubber stamp me right on through?
It's so, that system's so funny because there's a lot of people I've heard of stories from over the years that absolutely have legit disabilities and don't get approved by Social Security.
Like Pantera.
And then people who should have no business, they're completely capable of working. And
we've had 2 employees. B-Fud gets $2,400.
Yeah, it took Pantera like 3 years to finally get approved.
A guy that has seizures.
Can't drive because he's had accidents, has seizures and had accidents.
And it all depends
They're
upon
like, no,
who
we're not going to give you free money. But you know what? The guy that tweaked his back carrying drywall that supposedly has an IQ of 64 but that can walk 12 miles across the Howard Franklin Bridge to grab his cell phone, we're giving that guy free money.
And it all depends on who your referee, your Social Security referee is.
Yep.
That's it. It's just like a sport. If you get a bad referee, you may lose the game. If you get a good referee, you may win the game.
Speaking of which, did you see? What's your opinion on the Packers-Bears deal? Obviously,
you mean the Lions?
Hold on. I'm obviously a Packer fan.
The Lions got hosed.
Well, first of all, on one of the calls they got hosed, I think, but that was just going to have them. They're going to get the ball a little bit earlier. There's a long stretch as to whether they would have done anything with it. Correct?
Oh, I don't doubt that, but they got hosed. You admitted that.
Yeah, they did.
Okay. That's it. Now, whether or not it changed the outcome of the game, I can't say. I do
think
know
that everybody is really now you have somebody to blame when you don't get your way.
Well, and people
you
don't
blame the
understand-
refs now.
People don't understand. It's the butterfly effect, right? So that one play changes, then every other play after that is affected by the outcome of that one play.
Yeah,
so
but
you
know
can't
what? Hold on.
say, unless it's the last play of the game, the very last play of the game, and they blow a call. You can't say, but for that call, we definitely would have won or definitely would have lost.
Listen. What I'm saying is everybody bitching about the Lions-Packer game, everybody's flipped out, and every weekend there's some type of refereeing controversy. And the only reason that's happening now, I think more than ever, that they can probably ref a game closer to being, good than now with the replays and the challenges. So they have an opportunity to look at things a little bit more quickly, real time. So think of all the mistakes that happened in the game prior to setting these things up. And people didn't make such a big. People have been getting hosed in athletics. Every game there's a couple bad calls, right? Whether it's a strike that was a ball or a ball that was a strike. But for every athletic event, there's some type of mess up. Maybe big, maybe small, but now people want to have a way and an avenue to bitch about it, right?
Yeah.
Before you couldn't really bitch about it and couldn't get it out. Now everybody just wants to bitch because they can't accept the outcome. You don't have to accept the fact that the Lions got beat. You can blame somebody else now. Before you just had to kind of sit there and take it, right?
I mean, you can sit there and blame somebody else. You still ultimately have to accept it. That L ain't coming off the record, and that W ain't being taken away from Green Bay. So you have to accept. You can choose not to accept it, but that's in your own world.
Did you see that the Jaguars traded that defensive back?
Jalen Ramsey, man, the Rams overpaid.
They gave up 2 first-rounders and a 4th-rounder. I mean, that's a little much, ain't it?
Well, people draw the distinction. Houston gave up 2 first-rounders to get Jeremy Tunsil, the left offensive tackle from Miami. But here's the difference. Left side offensive tackles they're the second most valuable position on the field behind quarterback. A cornerback doesn't have the same value. So I think they way overpaid, especially after trading Marcus Peters, who was a serviceable cornerback earlier in the day for a middling linebacker to Baltimore. So I don't know what the Rams are thinking. They must think that they have a chance to win the Super Bowl this year.
I think that they're knee-jerking right now because I think that that's way too much for what, again, like how you just laid it out. And I think that they're knee-jerking on, how they haven't had such a good start.
Yeah, they're definitely overreacting, but they need to because Seattle keeps winning football games. So they know that if they don't get their butts in gear here, that they're going to miss out on an opportunity. But they overpaid.
Big local controversy. And I know you have an opinion about it. Is it time to cut? Is the Jameis Winston experiment over?
It should have been over before this season. They should not have picked up his option. They should have already started to rebuild. The problem was, I don't think they could have drawn in a decent head coach. And Bruce Arians is a decent head coach. But I don't think they could have gotten one if they said, okay, we have no quarterback. We have no real.
So they drew in Arians based on this potential of all Jameis is as a Bruce Arians away from, being a star.
Yeah, he just needs
they hard sold that to Bruce. I think Bruce is a great coach. I don't know about Brian Leftwich as the offensive coordinator. And I think that if you're going to have Jameis Winston, that you're going to have to, and I don't want to use the word dummy down, but I think that you're going to have to restructure your playbook for his style of play.
Yeah,
and I think that the current offensive scheme is more for a traditional drop back Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady kind of guy, and not the Michael Vick / mobile quarterback system you should put in for a Jameis Winston.
Well, not just that. They don't have the quality offensive line that he would need to thrive in that offense. He needs a little more time to go through his progressions. Then
I'll tell you, once he winds up and he knows where he's throwing it, he's got a cannon for an arm.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball to the other team fast.
Yeah, I mean he's got a great arm, but when he's got guys draped over him,
makes poor decisions.
They're going to either have to franchise him out, which puts him at $25 million. That's about what a franchise quarterback's going to get. Or they're going to trade him, which they're not going to get anything for him because he's now in the final year. So whoever picks him up is going to have to give him a new deal. Or the Bucs are going to have to keep them, and he's going to be a $12 or $14 million a year guy. Or he's going to they're going to get nothing for him, and he's going to go out into the free market and get 12 to 14
Well, they
million.
were never going to get. He's on a 1-year deal right now, anyways. So they picked up the option, the 5th-year rookie option for him,
which is $21 million.
And they're going to.
That's
move
the
on.
deal he's on now, right?
They're going to move on. I mean, they can't possibly keep him around. He has shown very clearly.
So what do you think? All right, so he's gone.
He's got a ton of talent around him, man. That offense is stacked. I mean, they're good enough to win.
They got probably the best offensive receiver core in the league.
One of the top
And those running backs are pretty damn good when you're not having to throw the ball 52 times.
They're not terrible, but game flow makes them look worse than they are.
So you say that the Bucs get nothing for him because you can't trade him.
No, they're not going to get a damn thing for him.
He's going to be.
He's going to be a clipboard holder for the next 6 or 7 years in the NFL. Good for him. He's going to make another $35 million holding a clipboard.
You think he goes to the Patriots and a Bill Belichick?
No.
No?
No, I think they've seen enough from him. He won't fit into their style.
Dolphins?
No, I think he'll be a backup for a team that's just looking to have an established backup in the NFL, and that's going to be his future. He may find a team that's desperate enough to take a shot at him as a starter, but he's a stop fill. He's a 1 or 2 year starter.
Broncos? I'm just trying to think who's
now they got Flacco.
I'd say the Chargers.
Chargers?
Because Rose is old.
Washington?
Yeah, I don't know if the Chargers have their future quarterback on the bench or not. I don't know.
And what's Washington got? Casey Keenan?
Yeah, they just paid him a ton of money, though.
Case Keenum?
Yeah.
Well, no, theirs is Dwayne Haskins, and they've already started to implement him into the offense. That's the rookie they drafted this year. There's going to be a few quarterbacks this year, though. I mean, you got Tua, who obviously the Dolphins are doing everything they can to lose to get. And then you've got
the kid from Oregon?
No, Tua's the kid from Alabama.
Oh, and then the other kid's from Oregon.
The kid from Oregon, yeah, Hoskins
better.
or whatever. I don't remember his name. And then you've got Jalen Hurts at Oklahoma.
How about the XFL? Is this thing going to make it?
You know, there's some interesting rule changes that they've implemented that
they went out and got. They're going out and getting they're getting people that are in college now. Like they drafted, I think yesterday.
So what they did, they took guys from like the Canadian Football League and NFL practice squad and college guys that had made practice squads and floated around the NFL but never quite made it. And so but
then can they get anybody that's currently in college or no?
They are. So what they're doing is they're saying they're not above. They're keeping their options open. So if there's a kid who
talking about the new Vince McMahon owned XFL that's coming that starts, I think, February of next year?
Yeah, 2020.
Right after the Super Bowl.
Yep, it's coming up.
Right.
And so
we're the Tampa Bay the
Vipers.
Tampa Bay Vipers.
We're led by Mark Trestman is the head coach, and Aaron Murray, local Plant High School quarterback, played for Georgia. Actually holds every SEC passing record because he was a 4-year starter at Georgia. He's going to be their starting quarterback.
But he never made it. He never made it with a team.
He never caught on in the NFL, and he played in the AAF, the American Alliance of Football that folded. And he put up some real stinky numbers in that league too. So I don't know how good he's going to be in the XFL, but we'll see.
They're saying that the average that there's going to be a $55,000. You're going to make $55,000. They're paying everybody about $55,000. They will have some incentive bonuses and things like that.
Yeah, they're actually paying win bonuses.
That's not too bad.
So this is the way they're doing it. It's a guaranteed $1,040 a week, I believe. And then it's another.
I mean, if you're a guy like this kid from Georgia, I mean, it's hard telling what you're doing.
No,
right?
Quarterbacks can earn. The starting quarterback can earn up to $495,000 a year.
Really?
Yes. They want to try and get those guys that would be borderline backup third strings from the NFL to come to their league because they know that's quarterbacks are what drive the action. So they know that's a position they have to pay a premium for.
So if you could make if you're a stud, you could make up to $500,000. So if you're holding a clipboard for, let's say the Bears or the Lions or somebody, and you're third on the depth chart as a quarterback, I think the league minimum in the NFL is like $435. So you could actually be a stud, a starter in the XFL, make more money, and which could also make PR wise, merchandise wise, and what have you.
Well, every XFL player is on a 1-year deal essentially, where they're free. If say Aaron Murray blows up and has the most amazing year for the Vipers, and the Bucs are like, we want him now. Something changed. He's ready to go. Then he's free to sign with the NFL.
Now, Brian, how much did they get for winning?
It's the same as their game pay, so it's like $2,200. If they're on the active roster on game day, they're guaranteed. So if they're on the roster at all, they're guaranteed $1,000 and some change.
Like $1,040 for a week.
And if they're on the active roster where they're playing in the game, they're guaranteed like $2,200 or something. And then if
additional or just up another $1,100,
another $1,100 or whatever. And then if they win, they get like another $2,200.
Okay.
and they get paid for all the preseason and the postseason, even if their team's not in the postseason.
So technically, if they play a game and win, they could get like $4,000.
Yeah, you can earn upwards of
game.
It's a 10 weeks regular season, probably a 2-week preseason, and then maybe a 4-week playoff. So I think if you're active every game and your team wins every game, you theoretically could earn upwards of like $55,000, $60,000 for the season.
For 11-ish weeks or whatever?
For
13,
16 weeks.
Okay.
Blind Buffalo Bill out of South Carolina. What's up, Bill?
Hey, what's up, man? A little off the topic, but I heard through the grapevine you were coming out with another CD box set, kind of like Jiffy Poppin'. Is that true?
I'm actually making. I don't know that it'll physically. I'll make a physical new album, but I'm making for iTunes and Spotify and Pandora and
everywhere blind people can't go. I was trying to get a physical copy.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, blind people can still hear, can't they?
Yeah, but they can't see the screen.
Well, you can't see the actual physical disc as well. It could have a big, a big middle finger that you wouldn't know. This is for you. Like, you can't see a physical disc either.
Do what the guy did to Domino's and sue him.
Don't sue me.
For real?
Hi, it's Bubba the
I
Love
can put a
Sponge, and I
physical
got
disc in the CD player there. That's what I'm saying. I thought you were going to come out with something. I was not trying to throw money your way, man.
I don't know that the physical disc game is even a game anymore.
Really?
It's not a game. It's not a game. It's not a game many people play.
Yeah,
You should put it out on vinyl, Bubba. That's the millennials are into that. You can sell some vinyls.
Yeah,
I've tried to go into that, and vinyl's disappearing too. You can't get new age stuff on vinyl.
Disappearing. You can't see it.
You can't see anything.
Yeah,
It's
you don't see it.
disappearing.
It's in Target. Target has vinyl.
He can't see.
I've been to Target many a times, man. I go through
You
monsters
didn't
movies
see
and
any. Hey,
music.
hold on. You've been to Target many times and you haven't seen nothing, have you?
Touche. You got me on that one.
I gotta go. I'm my newest album, which should be up here any day and available, I think, at iTunes and Pandora and Spotify, whatever, is called. I think it's Bubba the Love Sponge, Greatest On-Air Phone or Greatest Listener Phone Calls, Volume 1.
And I think most of those sites that have apps are JAWS or blind friendly,
as they should be.
Yeah, as they should.
2020 almost.
Especially when you're this guy and you tried to blow your head off and you missed. Well, you didn't miss. You hit, but the bullet didn't go through you. It didn't kill you. It just made you blind.
Spend millions of dollars to redo their entire app so 6 people can order a song.
So, Blind Buffalo Bill, hopefully you don't sue me, my friend here, and still stay a fan. I'm sorry about your blindness.
They would sue iTunes and Spotify.
Yeah.
When I come back, did you watch the Democratic debate last night?
I only caught the very tail end of it.
All right, can you give us like what we missed? I got some high spots from the Democratic debate, and I just don't think that the Democrats have a star that anybody's gravitating to that really cares. Like, I think that everything's like. You got Elizabeth Warren, you got Bernie Sanders, you got Joe Biden, you got the guy from South Bend, and you got the guy from San Antonio.
You got some others, but they're not
There's
extreme.
nobody there.
They're not extreme enough, and this is the problem with primaries: is that it rewards extremism because extremism creates passion.
Yeah, I mean, look at us, right?
Yeah, I mean, your extreme fans are passionate, man.
Yeah,
and so are the haters.
What is it? A fan today, troll tomorrow?
Exactly.
Yeah.
On the bright side.
Oh, look at those hot dogs.
He is easily enamored and distracted by the shiny object.
This? You couldn't see this?
God, look at that pizza.
Boing. The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
James it's off.
Woo!
You give James a whole line, and he wouldn't know what to do with it.
What's that?
A good line. You put James in any system, and I don't think he would do good.
He would do well in a college-type system that would never work in the NFL, but you're right. I don't think he would work in any system that would actually work in the NFL.
What would?
Jameis.
Well, it's like you said, he's too, he's too long on the side.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right. Hey, everybody, we're restarting the stream so that we don't go 2-hour deal, so it's easier for us to upload Willie. So you have to come back. We're going to reset you.
Yeah, but if you restart it now, don't you have to restart it again? Because then you're more than 2 hours on the backside?
I don't know. This is a Blitz.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why don't you go? You know what? You go fucking go pick that bone with Blitz.